it's too much of a big risk. They don't want to end their cash cow.
This is Jonathan Agger, fifth for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by the WBO interim heavyweight champion Zhilei Zhang. Big Bang is on the call, as well as Kurt, his translator as usual. Guys, how are we doing?
We're doing good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Very good, thanks. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Zhilei, you are fighting Joseph Parker on the undercard of Joshua against Ngannou coming up in March. First of all, we thought it might be Deontay Wilder as your next opponent. Was that ever close from what you know?
我们刚开始还以为你要打威尔德呢。
嗯哼，
那场比赛最后怎么谈的？
我具体我也不太清楚，好像就没有怎么谈，只是外面的媒体是这样说的，然后我们好像没有实质性的去接触，只是外边媒体在传这个消息。
Yeah, that fight was the media were talking about it all over the place. But for me, I didn't know how close that was, and I was keeping training.
So what were you told? Were you told that you were just going to fight Joseph Parker, or were you told that you couldn't reach a deal?
那你当时是怎么接收到这个信息的？你说跟威尔德打不了，只能打这个帕克。
到最后是我的经纪团队，然后告诉我，然后说帕克愿意和我打，然后就 OK，那就定下来了，然后就定下来了，然后当时是对经纪团队告诉我的，Yeah。
My management team told me that Parker said yes, and we would like to bring the fight over there to Saudi, and I said yes, let's do it.
Parker obviously beat Wilder last time out. What did you make of his win? Were you surprised he beat Wilder?
上次帕克把威尔德赢了之后，你对这场比赛有什么评价吗？
这场比赛就像我赛前预料的一样，12个回合打满，然后帕克点数获胜，然后到最后也验证了我的猜测。为什么我这样猜测呢？是因为帕克一直活跃在拳台上面，然后而威尔德一直就是远离了拳台，长达1年多，所以说他在拳台上面找不到感觉。他的状态啊、经济啊，然后没有帕克那么好，所以说这是我给出的预测嘛。
I was predicting that fight would go distance even before the fight. I knew that it's going to be 12 rounds and Parker's going to come out victory. I made this prediction based on one thing, the activity. We can see that Parker was fighting 3-4 times in last year. He's being active, he's being busy, he's staying busy. But when you look at Wilder, he's fought only one time in probably 16, 18 months, and that one time is only one round. So activity is a big part of a boxer's performance. So I would say I give a lot of credit to Joseph Parker by willing to stay active.
A lot of people would see yourself, Zhilei, as either third or fourth best heavyweight in the world. At lowest, maybe fifth. Where do you see yourself in the rankings, and where do you rank Parker?
很多人觉得你是世界前三啊，这第三、第四选手，最低也是第五。你觉得你自己是第几？你觉得帕克又是第几？
我觉得第几都行。然后，因为我们是希望通过自己努力的训练，去为拳迷奉献精彩的比赛。至于排名第几，这是由拳迷，然后由他们来去排序的。我对这个不是特别关注。我的任务就是好好训练，去认真对待每一场比赛。
I think ranking is a very subjective matter. For me, I wouldn't like to rank myself and rank other people, but I rank Parker highly. I think for us fighters, it's the most important thing is to stay active and to fight the strongest, not to avoid any names or just trying to dog anyone. I think me and Parker really proved that.
Obviously, Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker completely different stylistically, and do you think this is going to play out completely different to that fight in terms of the Joe Joyce fight, or do you feel like you can stop Parker in this one?
那帕克和乔伊斯完全是两个不一样的风格，一个在这边，一个在那边，都是两个极端的风格。你觉得这场比赛你跟帕克会是一个什么样的结果？你会去终止他吗？
会不会终止？然后我们现在经过训练营，然后也会去针对性的训练，然后通过去研究帕克的特点，然后所以说到比赛中肯定会让大家看到一个不同的我。我还是那句话，然后我给他施加压力，然后我也不会把结果交给裁判。
You're absolutely right. They're totally two different type of fighters, and that's why we're slightly adjusting our training camp a little bit to make it fit Parker's style. I can tell you this: I'll put a lot of pressure on Parker, and I'm not going to leave the fight to the judge's hand.
We saw. I was at a press conference yesterday, and Joe Joyce announced his comeback fight, which is a week after yours in the UK. Are you pleased to see him back in the ring? I remember you two had a conversation in the dressing room afterwards where you said, look, you can come back and things like that. Are you maybe a fan of Joe Joyce going forward?
你跟乔伊斯打完之后呢，你甚至去他的更衣室跟他也友好的对话啊，祝你以后好运之类的。那他现在有一场比赛要打了，3月份，你觉得他能够回归？你感觉心里面是什么样的想法？
非常高兴看到他又回归到重量级的比赛中来，然后回归到正常的比赛中，然后开始训练，开始备战比赛，然后非常高兴看到他走出上一次失败的阴影。我也希望他以后越来越好，然后比赛取得胜利，祝他好运。
Yeah, I'm really happy to see him come back because I feel like uh, you know out of the ring he's a very nice guy, and I can see him getting out of the shadow of his past and moving forward. That's not easy to do, and he is doing it. So I wish him the best of luck. He definitely has a future.
And obviously at the top of the bill, Joshua against Ngannou. What's your prediction for the fight, Zhilei?
约书亚打纳甘诺的比赛，你觉得这场比赛结果会是什么？
结果应该是这是一场就是10个回合的表演赛，而不是什么正经的争霸赛啊、拳王赛也不是，它就是一个表演赛。我估计约书亚会击败他啊，有可能会 KO 他，所以说这个没有什么悬念，只是可能说大家喜欢看到拳击对 UFC 的冠军或者怎么样怎么样，可能这是一个噱头，可能大家喜欢看啊，所以说就促成了这场比赛啊。但
I think
是比赛当晚的主赛，虽说他们两个是主赛，但是当晚的焦点还是我和帕克。
I think this is a 10-round exhibition, and sometimes it's hard to predict those exhibition fights. That's how I look at it. It's a money fight. It's a fight that catches eyeball, and everybody will pay attention to that fight just because their names are out there and just because who they are. But to me, the skill set of the fight is just not as much because I predict Joshua to win. He probably win with a good victory, with a fantastic knockout. That's how I see it come. But when you look at the whole card on that night, I feel like I'm the main event. I'll steal the show.
But do you look at Francis Ngannou now and think potentially if he knocks out Joshua, then he's a potential fight for you in 1 or 2 fights time?
那如果说纳甘诺一拳把约书亚干上看到了，那你觉得下一步你愿意去跟纳甘诺打吗？
如果说需要的话也可以。如果说他一拳把约书亚给干倒了，OK，那我们就来了。但是我的下一场比赛现在还不确定，因为我们现在把注意力还是集中在3月8号对阵 Park 的上面。 至于以后下一场打谁，到时间有推广团队，然后他们去挑选，再去挑选对手，还是直接挑战乌西克和泰森弗里的胜者，然后行使我的强制挑战权啊，还是怎么样？等打完3月8号的比赛再议论。
Well, I think if Ngannou takes his puncher's chance and fumble Joshua right there and come out victory, I why not? You know, it's a good fight. Why not? But I'm not even thinking about that. My whole focus was on Parker right now, and that's my opponent right now. After that, we'll see what happens. You know, I'm still the mandatory challenger to the winner of Fury and Usyk. We'll see what happens. But my focus right now is just Parker.
就像前2天，纳甘诺和约书亚的发布会上面讲的那个，His Excellency 说想看到纳甘诺被击倒，然后我估计我会把他击倒。
Yeah, but when you really ask about that question, I think, according to His Excellency at the press conference, he really want to see Ngannou get knocked out, and I think I'm capable of knocking him out too.
Well, I was going to ask you about Turkey Al Sheikh's comments because he did say at the press conference on Monday that he wants to see the winner of Joshua Ngannou fight the winner of Fury Usyk. Now, providing you beat Joseph Parker, you, as you say, you're the mandatory, so you should get your shot. Did you hear those comments and what's your reaction?
那个阁下呢也说了，他想看到约书亚和纳甘诺的胜者去挑战夫里和乌西克的胜者。那这冲突呢，就是产生了一个冲突啊，你是强挑战者。你觉得对阁下这个评论，你觉得会影响你的下一步吗？
也不会影响下一步，然后这就看等3月8号打完，打完之后，然后可能阁下会改变想法。
Let's see what happens on March 8th. His Excellency never saw me fight, so if he's impressed, you never know what's going to come.
And I know you've said numerous times you're not looking past Joseph Parker, but also at that press conference, a lot happened, and Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren shook hands, said they're going to do a sort of card 5 versus 5 against each other. Did you see that? And obviously, you're with Frank Warren and Queensbury. Who would be your ideal opponent from Matchroom? I'm guessing Joshua would be your ideal opponent if that happened.
那你看到他们有说5对5这个比赛了吗？就是赫恩那边挑5个拳手出来，沃伦这边挑5个拳手出来，然后同一天在打。然后呢，如果说沃伦挑了你，你觉得赫恩会挑谁？是你最理想的？
赫恩会挑谁？但是我不知道。如果说沃伦挑了我之后，我不管赫恩挑谁，我都会全力以赴。然后，但是有一点放心，他不会让约书亚对阵我。
He said, if Frank Warren picked me on the other side, I'm not sure what Eddie Hearn is going to pick, but it's not going to be Joshua. It's never going to happen.
No, why do you think he wouldn't pick you?
为什么？为什么呢？
因为我对他是一个威胁，然后他们俩现在是一个商人，然后如果说约书亚给我打的话，会断了赫恩的摇钱树。
Businessmen always look at the business like a as lowest risk as possible. Me fighting Joshua is a big risk. It's too much of a big risk. They don't want to end their cash cow.
Well, Zhilei, I appreciate you jumping on. Just can you give me a final message to Joseph Parker in English, if possible? If not, Kurt can translate. But if possible in English, what's your message to Joseph Parker?
用英语能不能跟 Parker 说一句话 ？All right, I'm out.
Okay. Parker let's do it.
Let's
do it. Yeah.
A lot of people are looking forward to this fight. You against Joseph Parker on the Joshua Ngannou undercard. Zhilei, best of luck in camp, and we'll see you on fight week. And Kurt, as usual, I don't know how you do it. You don't write down any notes when you translate, but Pretty impressive.
Okay.
So appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. 祝你训练营好运，然后比赛周见。
Thank you, bye.
Thank you.